Spanish, sit your ass down, and Victor, pay attention.
Now, this really pisses me off to no end.
The Hardcast.
Son of a bitch must pay.
It's time for another mystically oriental episode of the Hardcast. I'm your host, Chris, and today I'm joined by Victor.
Damn it, has anyone seen where I put my prostitute?
Patrick.
Sweaty balls.
And Spanish.
Does Wayne Brady have to choke a bitch?
Tonight's review/discussion is about the 1986 American martial arts fantasy movie Big Trouble in Little China, directed by John Carpenter, starring Kurt Russell, Kim Cattrall, and James Hong. Truck driver Jack Burton agrees to help his friend Wang Chi rescue a green-eyed girl named Miao Yin from Chinese gangsters in San Francisco's Chinatown. They go into a mysterious underworld beneath Chinatown, where they face an ancient sorcerer named Lo Pan. So Victor, did Big Trouble in Little China shake the pillars of heaven, or did this movie curse you to forever walk this earth as an immortal demon with bad makeup?
Yeah, like that bad makeup part. This movie definitely shook some pillars, man, let me tell you. Steven would always say, this movie was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Wait, what does he always say?
I usually don't pay attention to what he says.
Right. If he was here, if he saw this movie, he would tell you, man. The movie basically introduces us
I think he would start out with like, oh my god, this movie.
This movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically we're introduced to Jack Burton, and he's your regular all-American, don't give a fuck in the world, way in over his head, kind of clumsy type of guy. He's over the radio, I guess, talking shit about other people or whatever.
He's always like, Jack Burton always says, and then he just says something stupid.
Yeah. Right off the top, you know, like what type of character he is and where this movie's gonna go. Actually, no, you have no idea where this movie's gonna go if you've never seen it. You have no idea. He makes his way into Chinatown, and he spends his entire night, all night until morning, playing gambling with his Asian friends. His friends trying to get money, I guess, for something.
Well, he's about to get married. He has a fiance.
Right.
He's trying to save up money.
Right, so basically he owes Jack $1,000, and then they do like a final bet, and then he owes him like $2,000. He doubled the bet. From there, they go to the airport to try to
pick up his
fiance.
His fiance.
And after that, all hell breaks loose, because then some Asians break in, the Asians with those crazy glasses.
The gangsters.
Yeah, those gangsters go in there with weapons and knives and shit.
Apparently, airport security was not doing their job that day.
I guess not. I mean, I know it was the 80s, but still they should have had some security, right?
Yeah, especially in a major city like San Francisco.
Right. So basically they go in and try to kidnap the girl. Or were they trying to kidnap the Grace Law first?
No, Gracie Law has her Chinese friend coming in, and she's trying to support her and give her all the rights and stuff like that of a person coming into America. They went for her first, and then Miao Yin was there, and then Jack Burton kind of gets in the way, and then they end up grabbing the other girl instead, which is Wang Chi's fiance.
Right. So they get back into the semi-truck, try to chase after those guys, and they make their way into this back alley.
Yeah, this huge alley. They turn down this tiny alleyway, this little road. They can barely fit the truck. The truck is hitting stuff along the way.
Right. I love the part where there's this lady standing in the window trying to cook some duck or whatever.
Yeah, she sees this guy off the duck. Yeah.
Jack tries to talk to her, but then she goes back inside the house, closes the windows, and just leaves the duck laying outside. I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, she knows some shit's about to go down.
Yep. And shit definitely went down.
I said you got a GTFO at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, we can let Spanish talk about the big gang war fight.
Yeah, you want to describe what happened?
Oh, yeah, it's cool. Jack Burton pulls up in this alley, and all these pallbearer guys, they're obviously this dude died, and they're just doing like a fancy ceremony. So it gets all like foggy, and then all of a sudden behind the truck, you see these other gangsters, like red, and like they have all these crazy weapons, and they're the rival gang. You have one dude in like a bandolero Mexican gun thing. And
Well, I thought was funny though, is because to Jack, this is all new stuff. He's like, "Who's that?" And then he's talking about his friend Wang Chi's telling him about that's the gang of these guys, and they're the good guys. And then the guys with the black and the red show up. Do they have enemies who wear black and red? And he's, yeah, those are the whatevers. And then later on, you see him talking about them, and he's the Sing Dings. And he's like, not the Sing Dings.
They all sound the same, man. I don't know. And they're trying to basically kill off the rest of the members or disrespect the funeral, and then the protectors of the funeral guys.
Like, oh yeah, Chinese, yeah. They say it's a Chinese standoff.
Exactly. Yeah, well put. And freaking just all hell
Spanish.
breaks
How do you
loose.
think it compares to a Mexican standoff?
It's different because there's like swords and stuff.
Yeah, there's
Mexican standoff just has pistolas, you know,
Yeah, and sombreros
and probably tequila.
and refried beans.
Yeah, it's
still
very
fried beans,
stinky. Yeah, what do Asians have? Like not the refried beans, like the string beans or something.
Soybeans or something.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much, man. You know, whatever they mix in pork fried rice. And
Back to the movie.
anyways, yeah.
then all of a sudden, it's this all-out war. It's just good guys versus bad guys. And there's actually some pretty decent martial art, considering it's the 80s and it's more of an American movie. Actually, some pretty good action in it. Probably one of the better action scenes in the whole movie.
That fight was crazy as hell. There's people's bones being broken, people going through windows.
Yeah, well, I liked it because there's guns, there's weapons, and then there's martial arts. So you got your swords, and there's even a guy running in there. He's only got a 2x4.
Oh yeah.
It's like everyone's got these crazy knives and swords and axes and metal rods, bow staffs or whatever, and
Yeah.
this dude just shows up with a 2x4. What? He just picked that off the ground or something? I don't know.
Yeah, if it was like Christmas gifts, all the rest of the people, their moms got them Transformers. He got the GoBot. He just got the shit end of
Yeah,
the
he
stick on that.
got the GoBot weapon. Yeah.
All of a sudden, you just see the weather effects changing, and you have the three, I guess, storms is what Jack's friend.
Yeah,
called.
that was the big introduction, the grand entrance of the three storms.
Yes, I call them the weather effects.
But however you
They're
want.
like,
Those guys
mete-
were pretty crazy.
Right, they're a meteorologist's worst nightmare, right?
Yeah, those guys
Yeah.
look pretty crazy. They got like the whole radiant type of outfit going on.
Which I'm sure they
Yeah.
were the ones who influenced creation.
Yeah, this movie inspired a lot of the characters that are in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
But I'll get to that later. The guy Lightning, he's definitely inspired our Raiden. Just
Yeah,
like
he
him.
even rides in. He holds in a lightning bolt as he comes in, and
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
Another
wirework was pretty
influence-
good.
But I was gonna say another influence that these guys kind of remind me of another '80s movie that might have inspired him. I know Chris definitely remembers this movie, Shogun Assassin.
Oh yeah.
Think about it. There's three guys similar
Oh,
to
yeah.
these guys. They have the big straw hat. They got even there's like the one guy with the claw. And
Yeah.
He just did a
there's,
review
like,
on that movie.
Yeah, we're actually we're gonna put that podcast up soon.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of interesting you brought it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've always thought there was another influence that probably influenced the movie too. I just forget what the timeline is. Which
You're
came
probably
out
right.
first.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Speaking
I
of
think
which,
they were called the three deaths in that movie.
three deaths, and
And this one is the
I
three.
should have worn one of those outfits for Halloween. That would have been cool.
Yeah, but you still should have been a pimp though. You could have been a storm pimp.
An Asian storm pimp.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of a lightning bolt, you got a bitch. Like you're riding
Right.
on.
I ride on the bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Instead of
you're
shooting-
a bottom bitch.
Yeah, instead of
Yeah.
shooting lightning, you'd be like shooting hearts
I
and
shoot
stuff.
traps.
Or you shoot bitch slaps or something.
So I mean, let's get back to like the storyline. So like the three storms are wailing on everybody, and Jack's friends like, "Just get out of here!
yeah.
Oh my god,
Again, they
get the fuck out!"
They try to shoot at these guys first. They're all shooting, but you never see bullets anywhere close to them. Not even
But
behind.
they're not even bouncing off of them or anything. They're just shooting
fucking
blanks.
Yeah,
Probably
right.
what they are.
So Jack just drives through them pretty much, and then all of a sudden you have either a 7-foot or 10-foot, whatever description one of the characters gives, of this weird Chinese guy. And
Well, I
he's in,
think
like,
the
this
makeup adds about 3 feet.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And it has
This
another 2
weird
feet.
in his colorful kind of costume, and he's just, what the hell, just standing in the middle of the street. For
Actually,
no...
he looks kind of like an Asian pimp when you think about it.
yes,
That's what I should have worn for Halloween.
yeah, he could run his own like little opium den and all that. Looks like one of those guys. They're freaking out. They're like, it's
And Jay was
Lopan.
really freaking out. Like he ran the truck right through him, and
He
he
kept
like, came
honking
out of
his
the
horn,
outside.
yeah.
Yeah,
But then
Lopan
he hits him, then he gets out of the truck to see what the hell. I just hit an old guy who was 7 feet tall. He turns around and Lopan just walks out from back behind the truck and like nothing happened. And then all of a sudden this crazy light is coming out of his eyes and his mouth, blinds Jack. Him and Wang Chi, they run off.
Yeah, and then when she decides to wash his face with dirty ass alley water,
Oh yeah, it's pretty
that's
gross.
just laying on the floor,
In real life, that would have made the situation even worse.
right?
That's how you
Like
get
mine
AIDS.
has an infection.
Before my eyes were blind, now they're burning. Thanks. With duck heads and shit lying in the gutter.
Yeah, bloody duck heads and the dog probably pissed in it too.
There ain't gonna be no dogs in like some underworld Asian place. Come on now.
Oh, that's
Man, that shit's in pork fried rice. Anyway, so they narrowly escape Lopan, at least the first encounter, and they go back to the restaurant where his friend owns to kind of just recoup and trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Jack Burton, probably the only time he may have took a shower in the entire movie.
We're not sure. He was already kind of wet. We were thinking he just kind of like dried off his clothes or something.
Yeah, I think he was just trying his clothes because they're all hanging on the wire thing.
That's still up for debate, but you probably